Peppa Pig is one of the most famous children's cartoons of all time. After 20 years on air, it's no surprise that the show has sprinkled in some fun references across several episodes. Did you spot these cool Easter eggs while watching The Adventures of the Little Pink Pig? Dog Man is a wildly popular children's book series worldwide, and it's only set to grow more famous when DreamWorks releases the animated film about the half-man, half-dog policeman in January 2025. Even before the movie was announced, Peppa Pig was already referencing one of the most beloved characters from the Dog Man saga, Petey, the mischievous cat. You can catch this Easter egg in the episode Best Friend. On the wall in Peppa's room, there's a picture of an orange-striped cat that clearly resembles Dog Man's #1 enemy. And you can't just write it off as a random orange cat, the two look identical in size and build. For example, Garfield is shorter and rounder. It's clear the artists behind Peppa Pig were making a fun nod to this fantastic book series. But there are many other hidden secrets like this throughout the episodes that you probably haven't noticed. Today, let's reveal 12 Easter eggs and references that you might have missed in Peppa Pig. So get ready for another Cinewave. Many Peppa Pig fans probably know that the creators of Peppa Pig, Neville Astley and Mark Baker, also created other shows, with the most famous, outside of Peppa, being Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom, a series about a fairy and an elf who go on magical adventures. But did you know there are Easter eggs from this other show hidden in some of Peppa Pig episodes? For example, in the episode Hospital, you can see Ben and Holly drawn on the wall. Because of these Easter eggs, many fans, including us, believe that the two shows might actually take place in the same universe. Pretty cool, right? Peppa has traveled many times throughout her show, and it hasn't always been just to other towns in her country. Her family even made it to New York City in the US. There, they visited one of the city's most iconic spots, featured in countless American movies, Times Square. Beyond the reference to this famous location in pop culture, Times Square massive billboards also contain several fun Easter eggs. These giant screens usually show ads for extremely famous brands or upcoming movies. On one of the screens, Super Potato appears promoting his new Hollywood movie, Vegetables in Space. But this one's pretty obvious and isn't much of a hidden Easter egg. What's truly a hidden gem is on another screen where we see Ben and Holly. This reference is probably designed to nudge viewers to watch Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom, much like how Disney subtly promotes its own content. Above Ben and Holly, there's another Easter egg, a screen showing a car race. The race setting and the colors of the cars are clearly meant to reference one of Nintendo's greatest franchises, Mario Kart. One car is red and the other is green, matching the colors of Mario and his brother Luigi. Think that's just a coincidence? If you're a big Peppa Pig fan and love discovering cool references in the show, comment below with #Peppa. Peppa Pig features some fun side characters who aren't part of the main cast, appearing in only a few episodes like Super Potato and Santa Claus. Another character like this is the pirate, easily recognized by his long red beard. He has a unique look, even though he's meant to represent pirates in general. Interestingly, he isn't the only red-bearded pirate in British cartoons. There's a very similar character in Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom. But instead of just being called Pirate, his name is Redbeard. The similarity between the two pirates might make some fans think they're the same character, especially since there's a popular theory that both shows take place in the same universe. But they can't actually be the same person. Aside from their different names, Redbeard is an elf, while Peppa Pig's pirate is human. You can tell by looking at their ears. So it's likely that Peppa Pig's pirate is a reference to Redbeard since he first appeared in 2018, while Redbeard from Ben and Holly has been around since the show's debut in 2009. Could there be a link between the two characters? Maybe Pirate and Redbeard are distant relatives. Seems like there might be something here we haven't quite picked up on yet. In the episode The Children's Fate, Miss Rabbit is about to get her face painted to look like a fruit. Although she wanted something different, Rebecca Rabbit paints her face to look like a plum. What seems like a simple joke to most viewers is actually a subtle Easter egg for Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom fans. The reason is that Miss Rabbit's original voice actress, Sarah Ann Kennedy, is known for voicing characters in various children's shows, and one of those characters is Nanny Plum from Ben and Holly. This joke is a very subtle Easter egg that's easy to miss. If you picked up on this reference, you're definitely one of the biggest Peppa Pig and Ben and Holly fans out there. Jurassic Park is another major pop culture phenomenon, and since we know dinosaurs existed in Peppa Pig's world, it was only a matter of time before the show referenced this classic from the 90s. In fact, Jurassic Park didn't just get a small Easter egg, it inspired an entire episode full of references. Grampy Rabbit's Dinosaur Park. The whole episode is a big nod to Jurassic Park, since the characters go to a dinosaur park just like in the movie. The difference is that all of the park's dinosaurs are pretend. Good thing too, because imagine if Grampy Rabbit had actually managed to bring real dinosaurs back to life and then they got loose, taking over the park just like in the movie. The episode would definitely be more epic if that happened. Speaking of dinosaurs, we can't forget George's beloved toy, Mr. Dinosaur, since George is totally obsessed with these prehistoric creatures. You might be thinking, what's there to say about George's dinosaur? It's just a dinosaur, but you couldn't be more wrong. The toy that Peppa Pig's little brother carries everywhere may look like just any old dinosaur, but its shape and color reference another character from a hugely popular film franchise, Godzilla. George's dinosaur toy has a very similar look to this monster. Godzilla has left such a lasting impression that when people think of a giant monster, he's the first to come to mind. That's why so many shows use his likeness as a small Easter egg to represent giant creatures. Before we continue with the video, how about hitting the subscribe button to get our daily updates on your favorite animated shows and movies? I promise you won't regret it. In the episode International Day, Peppa and all her classmates dress up to represent different countries, each one in a unique costume inspired by a different nation. This episode includes a variety of fun references to several countries. To represent France, Peppa dresses up as a French artist, complete with a beret. Meanwhile, George, representing Russia, wears a coat and a traditional Russian hat called a Ushanka. This type of hat is great for keeping warm in very cold weather, which makes sense for Russia, known for its chilly climate. In the same episode, you can spot a picture on the school wall of a white dove holding a flower. This white dove isn't just any image, it's a worldwide symbol of peace, commonly used in various events and celebrations. The dove's presence in this episode makes a lot of sense, as the characters are celebrating countries from all around the world. It's great that the show's creators included this detail, since many people might not even realize what the white dove represents. Peppa Pig has a few running jokes, and one of them involves Mr. Wolf, Wendy Wolf's dad. Since he's a wolf, he often references the Big Bad Wolf, as well as the story of the Three Little Pigs. One of the best examples is in the episode The New House, where Daddy Pig and his co-workers build a house for the Wolf family. Mr. Wolf asks if the house is made of straw or wood, and when Daddy Pig answers that it's made of bricks, Mr. Wolf blows on the house to see if it falls down, just like in the story of the Three Little Pigs. But he's not the only one making these references. In Wendy Wolf's birthday, Peppa herself comments on Grandma Wolf's big ears, recreating the famous dialogue between Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, pretending to be her grandmother. But instead of saying her teeth are for eating people, Grandma Wolf says they're for eating cake, though she says it in a suspicious way, like she might be hiding something darker. Plus, Wendy's birthday cake includes a small wooden house decoration, which she blows down to the delight of her parents. And if all these references weren't enough, Mrs. Wolf even oddly asks if Daddy Pig's house is made of straw, looking a bit disappointed when he says it's made of bricks. Daddy Pig didn't seem too happy with that question either. Peppa Pig is a British show, and if you're one of those fans who might forget that detail, the episode where Peppa and her friends visit London is there to remind you. In this episode, they see a giant clock tower in the city. That's Big Ben, a real landmark in London. Being such a famous clock, it's not unusual to spot it in all kinds of cartoons and movies from around the world. So of course, a British show like Peppa Pig had to reference this historic monument at some point. We've left 2 amazing videos on your screen, so go ahead and click on one of them to keep the fun going non-stop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time!